What's up, Scorpio people? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. That's me. If you're watching this video, you resonate with the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, some capacity, somewhere in there, right? That's you. Welcome. Happy to have you guys. We are going to do a quick little love spread for you. Let's see what comes up. There's really no timestamp on this. It's ageless. It's timeless. It's a classic. I sound like a movie reviewer. All right. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in or somebody from your past. General messages here on YouTube. That means not everything I say will resonate with all the Scorpios out there. It's up to you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. I ask that you only take away the messages that resonate for you, that serve your story in some capacity, motivate you, inspire you, illuminate you to something new, or confirm something you needed to hear. Everything else about this video is in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe, wherever you can, including on this video. I would certainly appreciate it. And other than that, we're going to hop in a few more shuffles for my Scorpios. Never force anything to fit your circumstance or scenario. You guys know the drill, right? What else can I tell you? How can I vamp while I'm shuffling? I hope this video finds you well. While we're all at home quarantining, right? So yeah, at minimum, some entertainment purposes, right? But yeah, hopefully there's some solid messages in here for you about love. Scorpios in love. Cool. Cancer just had that card too. Anyone dealing with a Cancer? In fact, you guys came out in Cancer's reading. For my Scorpios in love, looking for love. Messages they need to hear about love. Couple more cards, couple more. Scorpios in love, Scorpios in love, Scorpios in love. They're not popping. What's with that? There we go. And then they pop. All right, cool. Looking to rebuild with someone. Maybe there was some third-party energy. Doesn't have to be. Maybe a Capricorn. You could be making a new judgment call and like opening or welcoming them with open arms back into your life because you're wanting to start anew. Interesting. This is kind of coming in parallel with Cancer's reading a little bit. They had both these cards too, and I've shuffled quite well. So interesting. A few of you may be dealing with a similar message here. I mean, the water sign energy can sometimes be similar. Let's look at your person though. Well, your person might also be a Scorpio. If not, they're just, your energy is surrounding them. They can't stop thinking about you. This is coming up in their overall energy, like the card representing them. So they might be trying to transform their life, right? Leave behind what isn't serving them and transition into some sort of new cycle. Yet they are moving on from chaos and anarchy. Mentally, things that were holding them back, they're kind of done with that. They're moving on to smooth sailing, you know, new shorelines, and sort of, sometimes I like to say like light at the end of the tunnel, and there it is. So for any of you who have strong Leo in your chart, that's looking particularly good too. Well, there are some clarifiers on it, but in their heart space, they're releasing burdens. So this is a card of struggle, but they're at the end of it too. So they may have had to dig themselves out of some, am I even speaking correctly? Dig themselves out of some sort of hole. It could have been like a financial, like a money suck, a money pit. Or it could be that they maybe were dating around, but they had to sort of end some things in order to come in and make some sort of like pure offer to you where they're free. There's no hangups. There's no extra, third party stuff. And I'm not necessarily saying there ever was, right? That's certainly not always what this indicates. This is a card of like collaboration and teamwork. So that could even have to do with something with their job as well too. But let's throw some clarifiers on it. Why the heck not, right? I'm curious to see what's coming up in your spread. All right, you have some interesting cards too. Why is death appearing as, again, it could be another Scorpio you're dealing with, or an Aries or Aquarius, maybe. Those are the major arcanas coming up, the Fool and the Death card. So again, new cycles, new transitions. It does seem like they're relieving themselves of a lot of stuff, right? They're getting out of the Five of Swords, which is mental chaos, right? Dealing with people who are kind of playing head games or shady games or whatever. They're moving on from that, right? Particularly if it's like a crazy ex, like a crazy ex-girlfriend or a crazy ex-boyfriend, whatever. Emotionally, they're still a little bit tied down, but they're trying to wrap something up. So maybe they're signing the divorce papers, right? It could be something like that. But I mean, in the action they're taking, they're wanting to be set free so that they can look for new love. This could also indicate too, if they're fresh out of a relationship, the way it's placed, the cup of love is behind them. So they may be focusing on self-love and kind of trying to find ways to lift their own spirit and not relying on other people's cup to get them there, which is actually really badass. I do kind of like that energy. Yeah, it's not like they're looking to rebound. They're not looking to replace the ex with someone brand new just for the sake of, well, I need a person. It's not that. It feels very empowered. Like, all right, this is my moment. This is a new chapter. This is a new beginning. And it's like, I'm not going to blow it this time. I'm being called to say Leo again. Your person might be very creative. They might be an artist of some kind. They might like working in their garden or doing something with flower arrangements or, have like a green thumb, that expression. Landscape, I don't know, something like that. Maybe they have lots of little like plants and trees that they like to grow. Fruit trees, I heard. Fruit trees, that's cute. Too many cards. They had like 5 come out. Too many cards. But what do these say? These kind of, they're moving away from falseness. A false doctor? Did they date a doctor that was malicious? Oh my goodness. It could also indicate, I don't really do these types of spreads because I am not a doctor. I don't do medical readings of any kind, but I am saying this because it's actually quite positive. They could have had some sort of health scare, but as it turned out, it was false. It was like a negative test result. So maybe that'll put someone's mind at ease too. And so maybe and even if it doesn't have to do with corona, right? I hate to even mention that word because people freak out, right? Even if it has to do with that, it may actually have to do with, this could have been years ago. They could have had like a cancer scare or this or something like that. I want to be clear. This is what they're moving away from. So I'm not predicting this by any means. Because again, I don't ethically do that on my channel. It's just not my moral code. They're moving away from something, but I actually this was actually a wake up call to them. Something about it was like, again, a new lease on life. Like, this is my second chance. So they may have had some sort of medical recovery. And now they're just like, okay, like I'm going to go out there and crush it now. Like, no more holding on to this bullshit, no more, kind of living in a state of fear or falseness or, being afraid to go after what it is that they really want. Yeah, something about a medical diagnosis where they're in the clear, like the results were good or they recovered, something about that. Again, it's like the doctor shook their hand and it felt like it was a new lease on life. Could also indicate your person could work in the medical profession, right? It doesn't have to be literally a doctor, a nurse, something like that. But even so, it's indicating something about this. It's making them go out and live their very best life. Again, I'm not necessarily predicting this, but even if they lost their job, it was something about the way they're handling it. It's with ease. It's with love in their heart, understanding that, it's like God's got my back. Something about this is divinely guided. It's destined. So rather than like wallow in the misery and resist change, they're like, bring it. It's like nothing's going to stop me now. Just like that song. We can build this dream together. Something forever. Right? Nothing's going to stop us now. I don't know, guys. Cool. All right. Jefferson Starship. Awesome. Moving on. Their energy is very positive. It's something about like, I'm going to get it right the second time. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Yeah, they're making a journey. They're making a journey to go cement something, to maybe commit to something, to maybe pick up what they left behind or something that they felt like they didn't take advantage of in the past. It's not going to be easy. It's something about it's going to take some sort of like tenacity or strength in order to do it, but they're looking for movement. They're looking for change. They have several cards indicating, again, transitions of cycles and change. I have to be honest, something about judgment frequently calls up the past, right? Before you close out a chapter, it's needing to go and revisit something and almost like make it right. Tie a cute little bow on it so that you can move on and be like, okay, done. Maybe it had to do with something they started building with you, Scorpio, but they almost had to drop it. I heard mid-air. They had to, drop it, end the relationship potentially unexpectedly, because again, something about like a diagnosis or something about, I don't know why a cat is representing this. Being called to go take care of their family, take care of someone else's health, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be theirs. Anyway, I do want to clarify. Let's throw one of these on it. Why is the 10 of Wands coming up in their emotional sector? I don't think they're ready to make like an offer immediately, but their mind, body, spirit, it's good. It's solid. They're vibing in a pretty high way. In the past, they could have been very stubborn. So they have the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. Not my most romantic cards. I don't know if I love that for their heart space. Yeah, they might be closing themselves off a little bit to focus on them. Yeah, focusing on their spirituality. They're trying to spend more time with either themselves or with their family, but it's more about developing as a spiritual being, a spiritual person. They may be taking up some sort of new skill that requires a lot of time and like almost like education. They could be going back to school. But yeah, I mean, they're releasing themselves of some sort of burden that held them up in the past. Yeah, actually, okay, I do like this then. It's like at one time in their life they felt blocked or stuck, or they just weren't progressing as a person. And again, something about they have like an epiphany. And they have an epiphany, Tiffany. That's what Lulu says. I love her channel. Anyway, there's some sort of epiphany, like a new thought, a new this or that. And that's what's like encouraging this, like, again, the new lease on life. I heard walking on sunshine, right? That's what that looks like to me too. It's very beautiful. It's very good energy. All right, so let's look at you, Scorpio, what the universe sort of wants you to see about this. So in this spread, your energy is being represented as the Page of Wands. So you're curious. Again, the page indicating this person might not be brand new in your life. It could be something you're toying with, you're considering. It's almost like you're watching what happens. Like watching to see how this plays out. I don't think you're really inserting yourself in the situation at all. It seems like maybe you're able to, this is their spread, but maybe like spy on them on social media, or maybe there's brief conversations here and there. I don't necessarily sense that you guys are super close right now, but you got your eyes on them. And with this, there's like small feelings of passion. There's small feelings of flirtation. But mentally, you don't want to get dragged back into old patterns of behavior that haven't served you. Mentally, you're trying to heal from someone who did you dirty or did you wrong. Or you may also be crushing on an Aquarius or a Capricorn, because that's who, if in terms of people on your mind, that's sort of what's coming up here. Aquarius, Capricorn, it could be a cusper as well, right? So yeah, you may have a couple options that you're thinking of, or this could indicate you're still trying to like free yourself from your own inner demons, your toxic behaviors or, bad patterns of behavior. It doesn't have to be anything like drug addiction, though it could be, right? You're mentally focusing on your healing and making sure that your mind, body, and spirit is aligned, that you're sort of taking care of like your own health, that you're doing, I do want to say for a lot of you, some sort of healing from a situation that it similarly kind of kept you held down or restrained or felt like it was keeping you stuck, like there wasn't progress in your life. I think you're starting to break free from that, but every now and then there's like a callback of something that it's still toying with the idea of falling back into like an old relationship or an unhealthy pattern of behavior that wouldn't promote spiritual growth. So it's very Geminian, actually. I don't know if any of you have Gemini in your chart, but it's some days you're vibing high and other days you kind of sink a little bit lower, but you're putting in the fight. You're motivated to like come out on top, which I really like. If none of that rings true, it's literally saying that you have people on your mind, particularly an Aquarius and a Capricorn. That could also be indicating your parents too, or your siblings. You might just be worried about people in your life. What do we want to clarify with? Let's do this deck. Star Spinner Tarot. I like this new deck. Yeah, you're curious about a couple romantic options right now. A Capricorn and an Aquarius. I'd say it doesn't have to be, but I mean, that's very much what these cards are like almost screaming to me. Two options, Capricorn and Aquarius. And again, if it's not that, it's more about like the spiritual, like lifting your vibe, raising your vibe. Yeah, you're making some sort of assessment with the Seven of Pentacles. Who do you want to build with? Who do you want to grow with? There's something about who's going to be more fun. And this is kind of a funny, I don't know why it's being translated this way. And it might not be their sun sign. This person could have Capricorn in their chart, even though they're a, Scorpio Sun or something like that. Something about the Capricorn's more fun. The Aquarius you see as boring or dull or dry. Sorry to the Aquarian crosswatchers. Again, don't shoot the messengers. Just what's coming through. It's something about the Aquarius. You're not all in with them, but There's something about the Capricorn you also have your reservations about because you're worried they're going to take flight. What does that mean? Are you worried they're going to move away? Or do they have eyes for someone else, like they're not committed? Yeah, it has to do with commitment. You're worried, and maybe it could go vice versa, but you're concerned about who's going to be committed. Again, this is also because it's the card of the Hierophant, so you might be, if this is third party stuff, there might be a Taurus involved. For a lot of you, though, this feels like it's someone in your life, and I do want to say your parents, like people who are already married. You have a lot of people on your mind, though. So whether these people are married or exes or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, people are coming up on your mind. You're thinking about a lot of different people right now. All right. Well, that's not bad, but it seems like you had a lot of people in your life. And maybe one of these signs is representing what came up earlier, too. So in your emotional sector, your heart space, so to say, you have the Eight of Wands. So looking for some action. Now I'm hearing that Poison song. I want action tonight. Satisfaction, all right. Oh, Bret Michaels. All right. Yeah, so you have wanting to move forward, wanting to make an offer. You're wanting to make an offer, though, to someone who doesn't know what they want in love or someone who... It's almost like this is a weird metaphor. It's like you're kind of forcing your cup at them, like being very persistent, but they're either not taking it or they're not seeing it. So either they're just, no offense, but they're kind of like not bright. They're not picking up on what seems to like, I don't know. They're not subtle hints. It seems like you're being very forward and like, hey, would you like to go out or this or that? But they're either not reciprocating that love or they're not understanding, depending on how like covert these messages are to this person about being interested in them romantically. Yeah, it's representing the person that you're trying to get in contact with. Either, I hesitate to even say this because it sets the panic alarm off, but it's almost like your message may have actually been lost in the shuffle. It's not to say they didn't get it, but maybe they forgot to respond or something. And if that's the case, it has to do with some heavy energy they're dealing with their family or a friend, or they may be taking care of someone, and so romance isn't necessarily on their mind right now. There is a message here of somebody who, again, got really great medical news, or maybe they got a promotion or something, but then the opposite happened. So if they got great medical news, then it's like they lost their job. And so they're like, oh, like there's something about they have a big win, but then they have kind of a loss that brings their energy back down to like, oh, well, shit. So yeah, your person is like, it's a roller coaster. There's like emotional ups and downs for your person. I'm going to switch decks. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. Cancer is wanting to extend their heart to someone. Did I just say Cancer? Oh, I wonder if you're dealing with a Cancer. Scorpio is wanting to extend their heart to someone. Interesting. I wonder why that came up. Oh, because this is a card of Cancer. I think that's why I was thinking that. Maybe some of you are. And we did say that at the beginning, didn't we? Scorpio is wanting to extend their heart to someone. Well, tell me about this Eight of Wands. Card of Sagittarius. Yeah, you're wanting to shoot off messages, but okay, I don't know if this is romantic for all of you. There's something weird about the way this is shown on my board here. All these people, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, it's something about the archer shooting his bow and arrows. It's almost like you're trying to get them to go over all these people blocking it and make it to the other side. This is a metaphor for something, guys. It has something to do with you're worried. I don't even know how to explain this. Like something about the liaison between communications. It's almost like these wands have to go through these three people, or I don't know, this company, the gatekeeper to something. Maybe you're applying like to jobs, maybe it's resumes. And it's almost like you don't trust that these people are going to return the message or deliver it to the right party. And yeah, there's something about like it gets lost in translation, or it doesn't make it to the person that you intended that cup for. That's not for all of you, right? But yeah, I don't even know what circumstance or scenario this would be, but there's something to do with if you need to hand off a piece of paper or a letter or a document or even just like words, communication, but you have to go through like, ABC, something about in the middle, I would be careful about handing off too much because it's either going to get mistranslated, misunderstood, or lost in the shuffle where it won't make it to this person. What a weird message this is. All right. Judgment. Yeah, you're trying to reach out with someone from the past. That came up earlier. Someone you're interested in building with. So this could be an entirely new person than this one who just got like the new lease on life, the one who's vibing high and walking on sunshine. They are, and yet they're very cautious in love, though. They're not coming in with, you know, wands and cups, so to say. Like they've kind of had to deal with some sort of tricky situation, and now it's like, yeah, I think like mentally they need a little bit of rest before they can work on anything significant. But what they do want to do is work with you, Scorpio. After they come out of this freeze or this delay, that's when there's going to be some sort of work that they want to get done with you. And maybe this is a career spread for some of you, right? It doesn't have to be. But yeah, there's something that's blocking them up. They're very protective of their heart space right now. And it could have been because they're still getting over love with, or a relationship with a Capricorn that really kind of like fucked them up. Like mentally it did a lot of damage to them. And so it may have made them question their self-worth or their value or this or that. And so they're kind of patching it back together slowly but surely, but they're focused on like their spiritual journey right now, which I think is really good. They're focused on getting the love of self back. And that's good. I like that, right? I know you're frustrated. You want them to come in like now, right? You're waiting for messages from that person of the past or vice versa. You're wanting to reach out to that person. But if you're the one reaching out, Cancer, what is this whole thing about a mixed message or misinterpreted or like what the hell is with your person? They're surrounded by, there's too many people involved here. So maybe this is a message about like third party, like you got to get rid of like the riffraff. It's something, okay. This might be that the universe is confused with what you want because you're surrounded by lots of people and maybe you're communicating with some, but it's anarchy. It's like it's going crazy. It's like the horses have run off the carousel, right? Again, a card of Cancer. And I feel like I said Cancer accidentally a few times. Both these are cards of Cancer. So are you trying to communicate with a Cancer? Again, something about the medical diagnosis, not predicting that. It would have been something that somebody recovered from, but very interesting. Guys, this is all over the place. Scorpio, help me out. Let me know in the comments below what all this means. There's tons of zodiac signs here, even ones that haven't been mentioned yet. There's Capricorn, there's Taurus, and there's Aquarius, as mentioned, right? We definitely have a lot of Scorpio cards. We have the Death card twice, so you could be dealing with another Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. Something about this card, I'm being called to say Sagittarius, Leo, and Libra. All over the place. You have like 6 people in the way of getting this message to this person. Do you come from a big family? Are you tied up helping like 8 different people in your life? It's like you're just trying to get your messages over the hill. Maybe that has to do with where they live or something. You're just trying to like get some form of communication there, but there is a sense of worry there. Or I heard dread. Dreading what? What is this about? Maybe you're worried that they have too many people in their life too, but there's a mirror thing going on there because you do too, Scorpio. And I do think this, in a sense, this is a metaphor that like the universe is really confused. They don't even know what you want. You have Judgment coming up twice. So, I mean, again, that's reconciling things with people from our past and making it right. In both these Judgment cards, there's a lot of people too. So maybe it's indicating that this might not be you. It could be your person. But if you are like a recovering addict or going through some major spiritual transformation, you may be being called to revisit a lot of past relationships in your life where you feel like you didn't handle them in a good way. You weren't vibing high. And so, yeah, it's very interesting. It's almost like either your person or you may have a checklist of people they're trying to revisit and offer some sort of explanation for why they were the way they were back when, before this major transformation happened. Yeah, it's like they're making amends with a lot of people. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. And I know that's not everybody's message. Like, I gotta be honest, this is a really wacky one. They're trying to make it right with a lot of people, and maybe you're worried that you're being missed or you're being skipped or vice versa. I think it's just they just haven't gotten to you yet. It's almost like they're going, it's not order of importance. I'm actually getting it's by location, who they can reach out to first or who they can connect with first. And again, the energy could go the opposite way, but I do think who you're thinking of, it's not all these other people in the way. The one that you're trying to reach out to or wanting to get to sooner than later, I think you will get to them eventually. But let's see what the hell this has to say. Romance angels, help me out here. I'm drowning. Too many tarot cards. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. All right. I actually think that's sort of what your person is doing. But maybe that's what you want to do. Like a retreat, it's like you just want to be with that one person, but instead you got like 6 people around you. I am kind of getting like, just leave me alone. Yeah, something about a brand new day. Again, a new lease on life. Wiping the slate clean so you can start fresh. And then separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Good Lord, I don't even know if I'm going to post this video. I feel like it's all over the place. I may post it just for the hell of it, but I'm really having trouble grasping on to what the major message is here. Too bad. I mean, some of the cards that came out are good, but it is safe for you to love. Open your heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. That's what I mean. None of these cards are like, oh my God, they're the one. And the opposite, none of them are like, no, like, look away. This isn't your, they're just they're all over the place. I don't even know what to do with the romance angels. All right, I'm going to wrap it up with some zodiac signs. Actually, no, I'm going to do one more. What is the major message that Scorpio should take away from this reading? Because Lord knows that I'm not doing it justice. What is the major message that, okay, all right, cool. This says victory, cool, door to romance, and angel of balance. All right, that's sort of what I'm getting. Like, you guys sort of need to focus on your own internal balance, your own spiritual growth. Down the road, the door to romance will open, as cheesy as that sounds. There will be communication, or there will be some sort of offer or maybe an apology from someone, and that in itself will be a win. So again, I want to emphasize, this wouldn't be someone that you would dread hearing from, but it may actually be someone that you're surprised to hear from. Again, there might be something about they're not sure how this will land if they were to come forward. They don't want to, I don't know, it's something like they don't want to surprise you, or they don't want to shake you, or there's uncertainty with them. And again, that could be someone completely different than who you're like taking aim for. Like you're shooting arrows over to this person and they're surrounded by anarchy. And again, this is like, do they not see it? Are they not accepting it? Or are they just too busy focused on other people and other cups that you're just like, hello over there. I'm getting huge distances between you. All right. I mean, those are positive. I do like those cards. Victory, door to romance, angel of balance. And I mean, ultimately, I'm not here to give you messages that are like, it always works out, everything is fine. That's not really what I'm getting at, but it's such like a convoluted message. I think I'm tapping into too many energies. I did want to say something about the pyramids here. I mean, for one or two of you, the pyramids, Egypt, and maybe it's not literally that, but yeah, I don't know if that's symbolic, but yeah, something about me wanted to put those cards together. So again, maybe your person is traveling. Maybe they're in a different country. I am getting distance between the one that you're shooting arrows at, if that makes any sense. Bottom of your deck is action. All right, well, again, that Bret Michaels song, I want action tonight. Are you getting impatient, Scorpio? Again, I'm wanting to call you Cancer. Why the hell is that? I don't know. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer. All right, final thing here. Let's throw some damn zodiac signs on this. I apologize. This is a ridiculous reading, Scorpio. I don't even know. I'm getting punchy. All right, for Scorpio, what zodiac signs want to come out in this reading? Now I want to look up what zodiac sign Bret Michaels is. Wonder what he is. I feel like he's like a Capricorn or something. I don't know. Taurus. I feel like he's an earth sign. Whatever. All right, you have Libra, you have Gemini, you have Virgo, you have Leo, and you have Aries. All right, well, that's what I got for you all. Let me know in the comments below if any of this makes sense, even a shred of it. All right, I'll see you guys soon for more tarot. Bye, Scorpio.